Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be talking about starting my third Great One grind. Now I didn't think I'd be doing this video quite this soon, however I've been encouraged to go for a third one and I can't resist. I want to try and get a Great One huddle mount. So I wanted to show off a couple of clips I actually took on the same day that I got my Great One, but I didn't include them in the same video as that Great One because I wanted the Great One to have its own video, basically. And one of them was this absolutely gorgeous 85 to 100 kilo melanistic whitetail buck. Now, this is actually my sixth melanistic whitetail buck from grinding for Great Ones, and melanistics are really, really rare. And to have six is really lucky. And this is actually the biggest one I've ever seen. And I'm really hoping that when they patch the fur types that got broken in the lodges with this update, that this guy doesn't change. Because from what they said, they might. It's kind of a lucky dip from what they said about whether the fur types of any new trophies will change for whitetail and coyotes. And I'm crossing my fingers so much that this guy doesn't change because I can either put him with my other two decent sized melanistics in a huddle or actually have two melanistic whitetail huddles, which I think would look really, really cool. Now, like I said, I really didn't think I was going to be looking to go for a third Great One. I didn't know if I was going to be doing it at all, and I definitely didn't think that I'd be doing it this quickly. But I had that really good day the other day hunting pheasants, and with some of the other maps being a bit broken at the minute, it kind of just seems like the logical thing to do. I tried to go on Medved earlier because I want to grind for some species on there, and the map is just in a really bad way with audio bugs and all kinds of things going on. But yeah, this melanistic buck, isn't he absolutely gorgeous? When I laid eyes on him, I was so happy to actually have one this big. I do have a gold melanistic, but it was barely a gold, and this guy just has that beautiful looking rack. It's just a stunning looking buck. And like I said, he can either go with my two other decent sized melanistics, or I can have two huddles of melanistics, which would be pretty crazy. But yeah, it's really quite cool, and I really, really wanted to actually show him to you guys. But like I said, wanted him in a different video, not in the same video as the Great One. Now, this buck here, you can see he's a level 2, but he has an estimate of up to 257. And something that I've noticed recently is that animals are scoring either at the very top or the very bottom of their estimate. And with that rack, I was pretty confident that this guy would score near the top. He looked wide enough and he looked correct, and I was correct, he scored 257. Now, this was the buck that I actually went and shot after I'd seen the Great One, but he wouldn't come back to his zone, and I said I fast travelled to another lake and shot a diamond. Well, that was the one that I shot. So yeah, that had to be in a video. And then literally, I think it was like last night now, I started grinding again after so much encouragement from other people and me kind of just wanting to get a huddle mount for Great Ones. And one of the first zones I checked had that absolutely huge level 3 you just saw me shoot. And I was like, okay, good start to the third Great One grind. And I can't believe I'm saying the third Great One grind. That is absolutely insane to think I already have two of the three and they're two of the three that I really wanted. There was three racks specifically I really wanted. The big rack that I got as my last one that you guys all know as the Great One. The first rack I got was one that I really, really liked, and there's one more that I want to go after, which I'm hoping maybe I'll get lucky enough to get on my third one, which is the Drop Tines rack. But this whitetail was absolutely massive, and he was an absolutely brilliant thing to find at the start of that third grind. 99.12 kilos, 266. And you can see that that right hand antler is just absolutely massive. I kind of like that he's uneven in that way, it gives him a bit more character, but just the size of that right antler looks incredible. Now, moving on to something a little bit different. Basically, I found out through friends and other YouTubers and stuff about a little lake. Well, It's barely a lake, it's more of a pond. In the sort of top right hand corner of the map, I will show the location, that actually holds whitetail. Now, it was something that it wasn't talked about originally. I don't think anybody knew that there was whitetail up there. And then it actually got, people started going there and people were talking about it. And it's an absolutely insane little location for whitetail. I have added it to my grinding route, and a friend of mine has also been grinding there today. He's just started grinding for a great one, and I hope he gets one. And yeah, this is one of the spots that he's been grinding to, and he's had a huge level 3 and an albino out of this spot today. Today I've had 3 diamonds from my various zones, one level 2 and a couple of level 3s. So actually, it might be one more now than that. I think I might have had 4 now. But yeah, it's insane. I've killed probably in the area of 200 to 300 whitetails a day. And I'm pushing to try and go for even more. But you can see it's this little lake here. Like I said, it's more of a pond. It's 2 like little scrapes of water. And then there's also this lake down here, the sort of upside down mushroom shaped lake that apparently some people have had whitetail at. But as you will see, I don't have any there. So yeah, that's really interesting. And I just had to check because you never know that there might be something good hanging around in one of those zones. You could almost have one waiting for you and never know if you don't check. But I've been looking around on other lakes and stuff looking for whitetail, but I'd never even thought about that tiny little lake right up in the top corner of the map. So if you haven't been up there, please go up there at whitetail drink time, go and check it out, go and see if you've got anything cool down there, or up there, should I say. It is really, really awesome. I've got a tripod there, and I'm actually going to show you guys some footage that I took when I actually went and sat there in that tripod and called all the whitetail out, and you guys will see just how much of an insane zone it is to grind. And unlike a lot of other zones, it seems to keep like a fairly decent population of whitetail instead of rather like, because a lot of herds will go from like say $6 and then they'll drop down to like maybe having 5 and then 4, and then you get more does coming into the mix. It's not always great. However, that zone seems to keep almost equal, and it's really good. Like, it's an insane amount of bucks up there compared to what you can find in other spots on the map. Now, as I said, I'm now going to play some footage that I took at that little lake up in the top right corner of the map, so you guys can just see the absolutely insane amount of whitetail in this really tiny spot. It's just crazy how many whitetail are actually here around this absolutely tiny little bit of water. Compared to some lakes, it's absolutely crazy. And I'm so thrilled to have a spot like this now to actually grind. I really like it, and I think getting a great one to actually maybe spawn here would be quite cool, because can you imagine calling it out and seeing it walk out from the brush? I think that would be pretty epic. But yeah, like I said, I didn't think that I was going to be grinding for a third great one, maybe at all, and definitely not this quick. But like I said, I've had a lot of encouragement to go for it and get the great one huddle. And yeah, I just can't resist the urge to actually go for it, because getting a great one and getting then the second great one, both times it was such an amazing adrenaline rush and so much work that actually pays off with something pretty incredible at the end. And I really like that. I think it's pretty cool. And like I said, a lot of other maps at the minute kind of do have issues, which is a big shame. And there's a few things I really want to grind for. Like I said, on Medved, I need diamond reindeer, boar, musk deer, all kinds of things on this account. And I really wanted to go for them, but when I actually went and set up some tents earlier, the audio completely bugged out and I was getting incredibly low frame rate. And then when I actually switched back over to Rancho Del Arroyo to continue whitetail grinding, the issues carried over onto there. So I had to close and restart the entire game to actually get it to work. So that was a shame. Now, something else I really quickly want to mention while we're just chatting and, looking at all of these amazing whitetail out here is unfortunately, again, consoles have been delayed. Now, I wanted to talk about this because I have had a lot of questions on social media recently asking me when console release date is for this map, and unfortunately, I don't have the answers. They've unfortunately had to delay it again because there's been some issues. Console takes longer because of certification issues, basically, from what they've said. It has to go through like a process by Sony and Microsoft where they verify it or something like that. And it just takes a lot longer than it would for PC, unfortunately. And I can completely understand the frustration, honestly. I used to be a console player until earlier this year, and I completely understand why it is so frustrating. So I'm really sorry that that is happening if you are there playing on console, but I promise you this map is 100% worth the wait. I was there with SRP with the wait for that, so I can understand, and I hope for everyone on console that it comes really soon. Now, something I found earlier today while grinding was this absolutely insanely huge level 2. Now, did you see the estimate on that of up to was it 290 something? I had to hit record because this is the biggest level 2 whitetail I've ever seen. Now, I've had level 2 diamonds, but I've never seen one with an estimate that huge. Now, I thought that he would make it, his rack looked right, and he was a diamond, another 257 scoring diamond. So I've had quite a few level 2 diamonds when grinding for whitetail, and it's always cool when you get a non-max level diamond. It's always a little surprise, and I like seeing the bigger bucks respawning and those bigger weights. So like he's a 94.55 kg. So if he respawns bigger, maybe he comes back as a great one. Or maybe I get another, by taking him down, I get another chance at a great one spawning instead of a diamond. That is how I think of it. And so every time I shoot one of these big bucks, whether it's a diamond or just a really solid level 2, I'm always really, really pleased. And the heavier they are, the more encouraging it is for me. I don't know why, but the heavier weight makes me more confident. So seeing anything with a good weight is always really exciting. Now, this guy, as soon as I put my binoculars on him, I knew he was a level 3 without even having to spot him. I recognised that rack as one of the diamond racks, even though his estimate is actually smaller than that level 2 diamond that we just shot over on a different lake. This guy has a smaller estimate, but I was pretty sure that that rack would make it. He's super wide, and the wider ones tend to make it. Now, that was a bit of a long shot, and I've started going for more risky shots on Diamond Whitetail because I have so many. I have so many Diamond Whitetail now, it's really funny. Well over 20 of all various different shapes and sizes. I've even said jokingly that maybe I'll have to start a whitetail lodge over at Spring Creek Manor because I've got so many whitetail trophies. But you can see this guy is a 261.50 and 94 kilos again. So another really, really good sized buck. And again, it's really encouraging to see that even this early into the third grind, I'm getting these kind of respawns. I kind of feel like I've just picked up straight where I left off, and that this is the results I'm getting, and I'm very, very pleased with this. Now, finally, I did find another level 3, and you guys might recognise this area from the Great One video, because this guy actually came out of that zone where that Great One did. This is the exact route that that Great One took. So when I saw that level 3, I wonder if it kind of turned into a level 3. I wonder if that was his respawn. I have no idea. I think like this would have been the first time or one of the first times I checked this herd. So I was really, really happy to actually see that. And it's kind of cool having what like a diamond potential animal in the same area as where that Great One was. It was deja vu, and I decided that I wanted to try and do something a little bit different with this guy and try and take him with the iron sights. So I'm going to leave you guys to see how that played out, because it was a little bit of kind of waiting to try and get a shot, because he kept trying to hide behind brush and basically in areas where I couldn't get a shot. So, like I said, I'll leave you guys with this clip. Thank you so, so much for watching, and again, thank you so much to all of you that left kind comments and likes and everything on my Great One video. I really, really do appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind if I take a few more days to try and get another great one, and we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, if there's not so many trophy hunting videos, I'll still try and put them out. But if they're not every couple of days, I really do apologise. It's because I'll be going after these guys, and I don't want to inundate you guys with whitetail clips because I know that maybe it gets repetitive watching the same things over and over. The only reason I'm doing this one is because I wanted to update you and tell you what's going on in terms of the Great One grinding situation. So again, thank you so much for watching and all your support. I'll see you guys again soon.